So we are in module 9, lesson 4, volume. We are on page 75 and today is 30 January. Close the door. Now, in the previous few lessons, we took area, right? We took area, right? In area, we use the formulas for the square, for the rectangle, trapezoid, composite area, circle, semicircle, a lot of areas we took. Now, today we'll take what? The volume. Open your books in the lesson, the first page, and let's read what is the volume, the definition of the volume, okay? Now, the volume of a three-dimensional figure. When I say three-dimensional figure, means figure that I can put things inside. Got it? Like this room, okay? Like this bottle of water, like this bag. Done? So, the volume of a three-dimensional figure is the measure of a space it occupies. How much is the space inside this figure? This we call it what? The volume. So the volume is how much the space inside a three-dimensional figure. Okay? How much the space inside this figure? We call it the volume. Now, to figure out the volume or to calculate the volume, let's remember the three-dimensional figures which we will find the volume for. Okay? We'll find the volume for 4 types of figures: prisms, pyramids, cylinder, and cone. Okay? So here we'll find the volume for the prisms, for the pyramids, for the cylinder, and for the cone. Okay? Now let's remember, what are the prisms? The prisms, we took prisms and pyramids a few lessons ago, right? The prisms are a three-dimensional figure. Each one of them has 2 congruent bases, and all the sides are rectangles, right? So in the prisms, we have 2 congruent bases, right? And all the sides are what? Rectangles. And the famous 2 prisms we have: rectangular prism, like this room, and the triangular prism. What the meaning of a triangular prism means its base is a triangle. Rectangular prism means its base is rectangle, right? So the sides rectangles, and we have 2 congruent bases. In the pyramids, we have 1 base, and the sides are what? Triangles. This, something like this. This we call it rectangular prism because its base is a rectangle. Something like this, the pyramids. This we call it square pyramid because the base is square and the sides are what? Triangles, right? And it has 1 base. Cylinder, it has 2 circles with a rectangle around, and the cone, it has 1 circle with a triangle around. Okay? Done? Today we'll talk about prisms and mean pyramids. Now, أول شيء for what? Volume, for mean prisms. For volume for prisms. Okay? To find the volume of the prisms, follow this formula. V equal big B multiply H. Big B, not a small b, okay? Big B, what's the big B? B is the base area of the prism. يعني عندك prism بتروح على البيز، شو بتحسب لها؟ الاريا، خلاص؟ H is what? The height of mean height of the prism. Okay? So we have two things we will calculate. Base area and the height of the prism. Then you multiply between them, you will have what? The volume. Done? Let's start with the first one in the prisms, and we know it already, like this room, we call it rectangular prism. How to find the volume of rectangular prism? To find the volume of the rectangular prism, we will follow our general formula for the prisms, right? This is the general formula for the prisms. To find the volume for any prism, calculate the base area and multiply by its height, okay? So, the rectangular prism, what it has, this is rectangular prism, like the room, like the box, right? What's its base? Rectangle, صح? The base of the, like this room, what's the base? The base rectangle, right? And the rectangle has length and has what? Width. And what's this? This is the height of the whole prism, right? So what's the area of the rectangle? Length multiply width. So the area of the rectangle, length multiply, I'm following the formula. Mean the height of the prism. This for what? For the base. صح? The base rectangle. So length by width and the height for the prism. So the formula to find the volume of the rectangular prism, multiply the length by the width by the height. Is this clear? Let's do example 1. Yeah, this volume for what? Rectangular prism only. Other prism, other pyramid has another thing. Okay? This volume for rectangular prism. You have rectangular prism, length by width by height. انتهينا. Example 1. يلا. Example 1, which page? 476. Let's see the example. Now, in example 1, we have a jewelry box is in the approximate shape of a rectangular prism. By the way, in this chapter, you will use the figures in your book because it's difficult to graph the figures on the board, right? So we'll take a look and you'll be focusing on the figures in your book. It's very important. Now look at this box. One of the two parts is open, right? The lower part. Close it. Okay. عندنا جرار فاتح منهم صح؟ سكره. Imagine that it is what? Closed. So what we have? We have box عادي, right? So in this box, it is rectangular prism. The question said shape of a rectangular. هو حكي لك إنه rectangular إيش؟ prism. طيب اطلع على الفيجر قدامه. What's the length? 18.4 الفوق هذه مش كاتبينها تحت كاتبينها فوق عادي. يعني here this is the length, same of this. صح? This is the width, same of this. This is the height, same of this, same of this, same of this. Okay? Yeah. So what's the length in this example? 18.4. So the length is given. How much? Good. What's the width? 18.4. And the width is how much? 14.8. This is the width, 14.8. And what's its height? 25.6. What they want from us to find? What is the approximate volume of the jewelry box? Round to the nearest tenth if necessary. طب, this is rectangular prism, right? صح? Rectangular prism. How we find the volume of the rectangular prism? Follow its formula. Length multiply width multiply plus G equal length multiply width multiply height equal 18.4 multiply 14.8. This what this? This is the area of the base. Multiply the big B. Multiply mean the height. 25.6. Multiply, calculate. The answer will be 6971.3. 6971.39 is 2, right? This is the answer. The question said round to the nearest tenth if necessary. When tenth? The 3 is the 10th, the 9 is the 100th, as we did in the area, right? How we round? We take a look to the next number. If it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we don't add 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, we add 1. So we have 9. So the 3 will be what? 4 will back inside. So this is equal, rounded to 6971.4. What's the unit?
Cubic centimeter.
We have centimeter, and the volume has also a cubic centimeter. You can write it like this, cm to the power 3, or you can write it like a cubic centimeter. You have this or this. It's both acceptable. Get it? So to find the volume of the rectangular prism, multiply the length by the width by the height. Okay? Done? Done. We go to the check after this example. We have check after this example, right? Let's do it together. Check after example 1. In the check, a gift box has the dimensions shown. What's the type of this figure? What do we call it? Rectangular prism, right? The dimensions shown. What is the length? 14 and 1 over 4. The width? 9. The height?
1.78.
What is the volume of the gift box? Write your answer as a mixed number in simple form. I don't care about this. Any answer, decimal number. So let's find the volume. What's the formula of the rectangular prism? Length multiply width multiply height. The BH, it is the general formula for any prism. Got it? The BH, the big BH, it is the general formula to find the volume for any prism. Here I'm talking about a rectangular prism. So it has this formula for what is the L my W? This is big B, right? Big B multiply H. Got it? Apply directly. This is equal. The length 14 and 1 over 4. Multiply the width 9 and 1 over 4. Multiply the height 7 over 8. طبعا mixed number turn it to fraction, then multiply up, multiply down. We know this idea before. I'll multiply using my calculator. The answer will be we have 14 what? I don't use calculator. I taught you how to multiply mix. خلاص use your calculations, your hand. It's easy. أنا علمتك كيف تعمل mix numbers ولا لا؟ يلا. So this is for grade 6 يعني. تمام يلا. 14 بس خلينا نحسب 7 over 8 هذه. It is 0.875. هلا أنا التيتشر ما بتعب حالي، أنت تعبوا حالك. So 14.25 multiply 9.25 multiply 1.875. The answer for me here, it is equal to 247.14.15 rounded. يلا 15. هلا this is what? Decimal. وبده mixed number, right? So it will be 247 and 15 over 100. Okay. So what's the unit? What's the unit? Inch cubic. A cubic inch. Or inch power 3. Got it? This is the check for example 1. Fine. So what we did in the example 1 and its check, we found the volume of the rectangular prism. خلاص لما يكون عندك rectangular prism, length by width by حلو. هلا we'll take the volume of the other famous prism, which is what? triangular prism. What we have different here? In the rectangular prism, the two bases are rectangles, right? In the triangular congruent, in the triangular prism, the two bases are triangles. So here, when I found big B, I'm talking about area of triangle, not rectangle, okay? Done this check? Yeah. So here I'll find the volume of triangular prism. Volume of triangular prism. حكينا الفوليوم in general is big B multiply H. And B is what? The base area. Of the triangular prism, what's its base? Triangle. So I need area of a triangle now. Let's graph something like. For example, if I have this. Okay. How many triangles here? Who prism? It has two bases, yani two triangles, right? Enough to find one triangle. Now, look here. This, the base for what? For the triangle. It should be half BH. And this, the height for the triangle. Here we have two heights. Height for the triangle and height for the prism itself, right? And this or this, it will be what? Height for what? For the prism. فهمنا؟ طيب. Now let's follow the formula. Let's follow the formula. We said volume in general, big B multiply what? For what had he used? For any prism. مش any rectangular prism. Any prism. Rectangular prism حكينا عنه خلاص. For any prism, big BH. طيب. For this one now, the volume for the triangular prism as a special case. Triangular prism. طيب. Volume هذه البي ايش البي هذه؟ الاريا of the base, right? طب ايش البيز عندي انا؟ Triangle. What's the area of the triangle? Half base of the triangle, height of the triangle. صح؟ أنا بشغال على triangle. This is big B. هذه البيج B. شو ضل بالفورمولا؟ Height of the prism. So here we have two heights. Height for the triangle and height for the prism, right? So the volume of the triangular prism is this. Done. So we have two formulas. Formula for the rectangular prism, length by width by height. Formula for the triangular prism, half multiply the base of the triangle, multiply the height of the triangle, all multiply by the height of the prism itself. Again, here we have two heights, height for the triangle and height for the prism itself. Let's apply in example 2. Look at example 2 now and focus with example 2. Look at example 2. We have this triangular prism. But see it from your book. It's more clear, huh? مش شاطر برسمته أنا. Something like this. Okay? Now, look at the triangle to the left. See it? We have its base. How much the base of this triangle? This 6.5 inch, right? And we have this. What's this? This is what? The height of the base, the triangle. How much? Inch, right? And we have the height of the prism itself. صح? Do we miss any dimension? I have the base of the triangle, the height of the triangle, the height of the prism. Apply the formula. Volume of mean triangular prism عشان ما تخربط equal. This is the formula. Apply it. يلا. Half multiply base of the triangle 6.5. Height of the triangle, apply there, 8.25. Multiply height of the prism, 15.3. Right? Now multiply all of these numbers. This answer will be 268125. They want us to round for the nearest hundredth. It will be 410.23. 410.23 inches. ايش؟ كده. Is this clear? So until now, what we did? We did volume for the rectangular prism, and we did volume for the triangular prism. In the rectangular prism, no half. Length by width by height. صح? In the triangular prism, we have half. From where this half came? From the area of the triangle. Area of the base multiply the height. Okay? Is this clear? Let's do the check after this example. Yes. Follow my work here only. What is the volume of the prism? Given the prism in front of you, right? See the prism in the check after example 2. We have triangular prism. We have two bases, two triangles, one to the right, one to the left. See it? Now let's take a look about this triangle. We have base. How much its base? 7 and 3 over 4. How much its height? 3. The height of the prism itself, how much? Apply the formula. Volume equal volume of mean triangular prism equal half big BH, right? Big B area of the triangle. هينا حكتبها. Half multiply base of the triangle multiply height of the triangle multiply the height of the prism itself. Got it? صح? Apply the formula. يلا equal half multiply the base of the triangle. How much? 7 and 3 over 4. Hi, 7 and 3 over 4. By the way, 7 and 3 over 4, you can say it 7.75. It's the same, right? Multiply the height of the triangle 3. Multiply the height of the prism itself 6 and 1 over 4. Multiply. This will be half multiply 7.75 multiply 3 multiply 6.25. This will be 72.67 66 72.66. ايش اليونت؟ بس yes.
Mister, I want to tell you something.
Tell.
Do you see the thing beside the eraser in the flow works?
No, I don't see anything. It's all good here.
No, Mister. Up beside the eraser, there is something like cube, circle, and triangle. If you press it, you can draw.
Yeah, but I
shape.
don't. It's already graphed in your book, Mister, right?
Yes.
It's already
I
graphed. So
you
yeah,
if you like.
it's already graphed. It's okay.
Okay, Mister.
I mean, طيب Mr. Yusuf.
Yes, Mr. I don't understand.
Which one?
This one.
Take a look to the check.
Yes.
What do you have? What's this figure? What we call it?
Triangular prism.
What's the base of the triangle? How much the base of the triangle? I'm asking you, Mister, what is the base
I
of
don't
the
know.
triangle? See the triangle in the front of you, you have a triangle, right?
Yes.
Well, what's
Yes.
its base? How much its base?
2.9.
I'm asking you, we are in the check after example 1, after example 2, sorry. See the check after example 2?
Oh yeah, Mr. I wrote it in check number 3. Sorry,
This
sorry.
is your problem, not mine, right? Yeah. See the triangle? What's
Yes.
its base?
7 and 3/4.
What its height?
3.
What is the height of the prism itself?
6 and 1/4.
Apply the formula. See this formula?
Yes.
Apply it. We applied it and find the answer. That's simple as that.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. So we did now volume 4 rectangular prism and 4 triangular prism. But for any prism, take a look to its base. Find the area and multiply by its height. For example, if we have square prism, so the base will be what? Square. What's the area of the square? S power 2. Yani S multiply the height of it. Is that clear? Trapezoidal prism. From its name, we have the base will be what? Trapezoid. Half B1 plus B2 multiply its height for the trapezoid. Multiply the height of the prism. Just follow the formula always. Big B multiply H. Done. So until now, to find the volume for any prism, V equal big B multiply H, and the base here, base area of the base, okay? And this is the height of the prism. Done. This is for what? For prisms, okay? Now we'll take for what? Pyramids. Now, volume for pyramids. Now, don't forget that in the pyramid, we have only one base. We have only one base. To find the volume for any pyramid, follow this formula. 1/3 multiply big B multiply H. البيج بي نفسها والH نفسها. Okay? So what's the big B here? The base area. What's the H? The height of the pyramid. هلا صار اسمه pyramid. What's the difference between the prism and the pyramid? This 1/what? 3. 1/3 multiply big B H. This is for the pyramids. For the prisms, big B H بدون 1/3. Okay? Let's see example. It's a fraction. Fraction. You don't know fractions? 1/3 يعني 1 divided by 3. Third. يسموها third. يا رب صبرني. Let's take a look to example 3. See example 3? Yeah. In example 3, what we have? We have pyramid. We have something like this, right? This is the base. And صح? Now, they wrote down here 3 and 1 over 5. This is a 3 and 1 over 5. And here 1 and 1 over 2, right? And they wrote also the height here. The height. How we know the height? By this right angle, right? How much this height? 2 and 4. ما اسمهاش 2 4 5 هاي. هيها 2 4 5. هذه اسمها 2 and 4 over 5. It's mixed number. Grade 4 took it. Yeah, so if you don't understand the mixed number, go back to grade 4 and try to learn it again. Yeah, 2 and 4 over 5. Done? This is the dimensions. These are the dimensions which we have. Now, this is pyramid or a prism? Pyramid. What's the formula of the pyramid? V equal 1 over 3 big B H equal 1 over 3 1 over 3. البيج بي هحطها هون I multiplied. البيج بي يعني البيز area, right? What's the base? This is the base. It is rectangle. What's the area of the rectangle? Length multiply width. Multiply 3 and 1 over 5. Multiply the width 1.5. Right? This is B. Multiply مين هلا? The height of the pyramid. How much? You understand? Now focus. This is 1 over 3. Okay? What's this? البيج بي هذه. صح؟ اللي هي length by width. ليش length by width؟ لأنه عندي إيش أنا؟ البيز triangle. sorry, rectangle. What's the area of the rectangle? Length by width. مش هيك؟ Multiply مين هذا؟ الهايت of مين؟ of the pyramid هذا. الهايت للبيراميد كله. Do you understand? From where we get this 1 over 3? From the formula. The formula has 1 over 3. مش مني. Okay? Done? Now, how we find this? We multiply everything, then we divide by 3. So 3 تحت. Or turn this to fraction, turn this to fraction, turn this to fraction, multiply fractions. Okay? So this will be equal to this will be 3.2 multiply 1.5 multiply 2.8 4 over 5 8, right? 0.8 equals something divided by 3. It will be 4.48. 4.48, and the unit is what? Done? Is this clear? Let's do the check after this example together. Check after example 3. Check after example 3. We have find the volume of the pyramid. We have this pyramid here. It's already graphed in your book, huh? See it in your book. Here we have 2.2 centimeter. Here we have 1.8 centimeter. And the height of the pyramid given. How much? 2.9 centimeters. They want the volume of this pyramid, okay? Now, let's follow the formula. V of this pyramid equal 1 over 3 big BH equal 1 over 3. Now, the big B here. What's the base area? What's the base? It is rectangle. What's the area of the rectangle? Length multiply width. صح? Apply it. اللي 2.2 multiply 1 point multiply the height of the rectangle of the pyramid. How much? Height 2.9. Multiply all of these numbers, then divide by 3. The answer will be 2.2 multiply 1.8 multiply 2.9 equals something divided by 3, 3.83. 3.83 ايش اليونت؟ Is this clear? Your homework for today is page 485, questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thank you. Guys in the online, don't forget your homework page, questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thank you. Don't forget your quiz of math today also. You have a quiz math at 5 p.m. Don't forget that. Thank you.